Today we're going to talk about social media in general and business cards. Are they still worth it? So, very quick one today. Just thought I'd touch on social media and obviously like the structures that we all sort of follow with Instagram and all that. Is it still beneficial? Because me personally, on things like Facebook and Instagram and X, I sort of do get obviously looks and likes and things like that, but it doesn't seem to create that much traction anymore. What I was always told was that whatever you do, still post, because people still see it and it still puts you fresh in their mind, rather than sort of, well, I'm not getting any likes on that on Facebook, or no comments or no shares, so I'm just not going to bother. And that's the worst thing you can do. So even though the algorithm might not be working in your favour, or it doesn't seem to, it's still worth posting. Now, the biggest place I get my work from is word of mouth, which I still think today, in the sort of infrastructure that we're in as creatives, works better than most things that you can see, unless you have a team which compile loads of like SEO and all the other bits into your website. But I find that when I do work for especially like bigger clients or SMEs, that the knock-on effect of that is far greater than most of the social work that I do. With all the social streams that I use, TikTok, YouTube, and with like affiliate links and things like that, they do work to an extent and they still drive traffic, whether it's to your website. It keeps you fresh in people's minds, so that if that day they're, might be looking at something, they'll think, oh, I saw that guy earlier on, I really liked his work. And you'll be at the front of the queue to be picked, or at least have an inquiry come through. So socials are still very important because they do have some weight still in the work that you deliver and how it's seen across lots of platforms. And at the end of the day, it's all free, and so it's something that you need to utilise. Now, another thing which is a bit of a change, but business cards or postcards, leaflets, flyers, things like that. Now, I had mine done a while ago now. This is for my Moments by Adam site. So I had these done by Design Religion, who are absolutely great. A great design firm. They did all my website and all the branding for my Moments by Adam, and it's worked really, really well, and can't fault them enough. And I will put a link below, so take a look at that. They are still really important, because I know there's like these new business cards, I can't remember what they're called, but obviously you can just scan them and it like pops up on your feed, but I think you have to download an app for that. So business cards are really important still, whether it's got your socials on, your website. Obviously your website's the most important. You haven't got a designed card. If it's just a blank card, a nice GSM with a bit of texture, and it's just got your number, your name, your email, and then your just socials in really plain text, it's a win-win. There's so many people which don't have them, and when they're asked, it's enough to break that contact and that network, because you haven't got a card. Because most people don't even want to get the phone out. They don't even want to like type in your web address or anything. So, and as well, saying, well, I'm adamhoskins.com, they're not going to remember unless, you are really memorable. So they're both worth considering. So in summary, socials are still very, very important. Whether you're getting traction or not, it's all about being seen and heard. Even if no one is interacting with that post, you still must post consistently every day on all the socials, and a lot you can actually interlink now anyway. Secondly, business cards, very important. They might seem a bit antiquated, but in actual fact, they're paramount in handing out at networking events and on site at clients as well. People won't remember you. It doesn't matter how famous you are. It's best to always have a card on hand to hand it over, and even if they forget about it, they're bound to see it in their wallet at some point, and it will just refresh their mind. See you next time.